today we have got another 30-minute runner-specific Pilates workout. So grab your mat and we are going to jump straight in. As always, if you've got any injuries, please make sure to adjust things as necessary. And if anything doesn't feel right, please make sure to stop or give yourself a bit of rest in between. You can hit pause at any time. But otherwise, we are going to jump straight in. So I'd like you to take your feet hip width apart, a nice Pilates posture, shoulders down, neck nice and long. I'm really going to think about our Pilates breath. So inhaling and expanding the rib cage through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. Keep that pelvis tucked and the stomach muscles scooped to the spine, shoulders relaxed. Knees nice and soft, and we're just going to start with some nice shoulder rolls. Get rid of all the clicks in the body. Breathing in and exhaling through the movement. Just a few one direction and then change direction to the front. Really take the shoulders right up to the ears and then into our arm circles. Be aware if you feel any tightness in one side more so than the other. Really take those arms around. And then change direction again. Good. Take one arm over. I'm going to slide the other arm down the right leg. Keep the arm near the ear so we're opening up the chest. Use those oblique muscles to bring you back through the center. And then over to the other side. Really feel that nice stretch. We've just got one more each side. Exhale into the stretch. Squeeze to come up. And last one. And back up to the center. We're going to go into our Pilates squats. So you want your feet hip width apart, nice parallel stance, and the arms are going above the head as well. So we're opening up the thoracic spine. So bum back and squeeze at the top. Good. Ignore the ankle clicks. Keep those shoulders relaxed. We're going to hold at the bottom and then we're going to pulse for 10. Good. Deep breaths. Just warming up the legs. Last 3, 2, 1, and squeeze at the top. Now we're going to test our balance a bit here and also activate those hamstrings. So we're basically doing a straight leg RDL and reaching forward as we do it. So take it nice and slow, maybe pick a spot on the wall for your balance, weight into one leg, and we're just going to sweep the left leg back, reaching forward, and then coming back up. Take it nice and slow. Really working on that ankle stability. We've got 4 each leg. Breathe. Good. Last one this side. And back over to the center. Switching sides, reset yourself, get your balance, make sure that tummy is tucked to the spine. You might find that one side has a lot more balance than the other. That's totally normal. Just take it nice and slow. If you're falling too much, just stop, reset yourself, and get ready to go again. Nice and controlled. Last 2. Keep those hips down. Good. Last one. And back up. Good work. Coming down onto our knees. Excuse my clicking ankles if you can feel that. So from our chin to our knees, we want to be in one straight line. We're not overextending the back or sitting the bum back. We're in a nice straight line, tucking that pelvis under. We're going to work into our quads and our glutes, and we're just going to float our body back. So you should really feel it down the fronts of the thighs, and our arms are just going to float forward. So we go back, keep those shoulders down nice and relaxed. And then squeeze those glutes to bring you back up. Good. And again. Breathe. And up. and control it back up. We're going to go for our last one and we're going to hold it here. Shoulders down, deep breaths. Breathe. We've got another 3, 2, 1, and control back up. And then sit ourselves down onto our bums. Feet are flat, knees are up to the ceiling, and we've got a nice flat back. So keep those feet parallel, keep the knees and feet parallel, and do not let the knees or the feet start rolling inwards and outwards. I'd rather you didn't go back as far but had more control. So arms are going just above the knees. I'm going to round our spine, so we're going to scoop our stomach muscles to our spine, nice and controlled, till you feel those lower abdominals engage. And then come back up to a nice flat back. And again, remembering to breathe, think about those knees, make sure they're not rolling in. And sitting up, we go again. Really scoop the stomach muscles. Finish it off nice, tall back in between. And back. If you feel comfortable, hold it here. I want you to just take one leg up into a tabletop position, or you can just hold it in that position, whatever feels right for you. And then the left leg back down, and then sit up in between. We go again. Take it back. Whichever variation works for you. Nice and controlled. And nice and tall in between. Last one. Take it back. Right leg and left leg. And sitting up nice and tall in between. Hands behind the side and stretch the legs out in front of you. This exercise is just really good to see how tight our thoracic spine and our hip flexors are. So it's always just good to be aware. You can have your hands by your sides and sit up nice and tall, but I would aim for you to try do it without the support of your hands. But we're basically gonna try lift the right leg off the ground and drop it back without our back sliding too far back. So we really want to feel like we're lifting up from the ceiling. Then the left leg, you might feel like one goes a lot higher than the other. Right leg again. Like I said, if you need a bit more support, you can press up on your hands, but try not to. Left leg. And relax, give the legs a shake. We're going to do a roll down to take us down onto the mat. As always, you can pop your hands down by your side if you need a bit more support, but we're taking it as slow as we can. So we tuck the tailbone under, roll down the spine, one vertebrae at a time. So the head is the last thing to touch the mat. And then once we get to the bottom, if we just bring the knees up towards the chest and just gently rock from side to side, massage the lower spine. Take a big deep breath. Good. And then pop the feet down. And the hands are going to go behind the head. We're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders off as we bring the knee up into a tabletop position. So keep those elbows right out to the side, so opening up the chest. And as we come up, we're just going to lift the leg into a tabletop position and back down and alternate. So really squeeze the stomach muscles into the spine. Imprint that spine into the mat, lifting the head, neck and shoulders. Remember those elbows right out to the side. Try to keep a nice long neck. Lots of things to remember. Good. Keep going. Exhale as we come up. Inhale to come down. And down. Back up. We're going to hold it here. I want you to stretch the leg. Bring it back in. Good, really testing that core now. Extend, lengthen the leg away. Keep those elbows out. return it back down. We're going straight over onto the left. Lifting up, neck long, extend, and back into that tabletop position. Making sure our back is flat on the mat. We are scooping the stomach muscles to the spine. Making sure to breathe. Last one here. And bring the leg back down. Hands are coming over the head by the sides. We're going to lift one leg and then the other into that tabletop position. Lift the head, neck and shoulders off, and we are pulsing the arms. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. If you want to make it slightly more challenging, you can take the legs straight. The lower towards the mat, the harder it is, but just make sure that lower back doesn't come off. And if your neck starts to feel sore, you can just pop a hand behind the head. But we inhale and exhale. We are nearly there. Last 3 seconds. 2, and relax. Hug those knees to the chest and just gently rock from side to side. And then pop the feet down, flat on the floor. Knees are up to the ceiling, about hip width apart. Shoulders are on the floor. They are taking the weight in a second. Hands are by the side. We're going to scoop our stomach muscles to our spine, engage our glutes, and we're going to peel off one vertebrae at a time. So we're in a nice glute bridge. Weight through the shoulders, hips nice and high. Pause at the top, and then slowly control back down one vertebrae at a time. And back up. Good. Really feel like you're peeling up one at a time. The movement's nice and slow. We're squeezing everything, getting those hips high. We're not overextending, we're tucking that pelvis, and we're rolling back down. Good, we've got 2 more here. Take it slow. Make sure you've got time to pause at the top. Get an extra squeeze. And last one, we're going to hold it at the top. Good, we're going to up the tempo slightly and we're going to come halfway down so it's more like pulses. Keeping those knees where they are, bum drops, squeeze back up to the top. Good. Make sure we're still engaging our core muscles. Keep breathing. We are nearly there. We've got the last 3. 2. Hold at the top, deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then slowly start to roll down one vertebrae at a time. And then again, just hug those knees to the chest and just gently rock from side to side. Lifting those head, neck and shoulders off. We're hugging one knee to the chest. I want you to extend the left leg long behind you. And then we're going to alternate. So take it nice and slow. Making sure to breathe. Really lengthen the body. Pull this other knee towards the chest. Good. And switch. Last 3. Last one. And relax back down. Hug those knees to the chest. We've got 1 more 100 here. So take the legs into that tabletop. Lift the head, neck and shoulders. And we pulse. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good. Keep breathing. Keep the neck long. Squeeze the spine into the mat. We are on our last 10 seconds here. Last 5, 3, and relax. Hug those knees to the chest and just rock from side to side or stretch the body nice and long. away from each other. Stretch out those abdominals. And then we're going to roll on to our side. So our hips want to be stacked on top of each other, and we want our knees bent forward and our feet are in line with our bum, and keep those hips right on top. So I want you to imagine you're in a metal pole that fed through here and it'd go through the other side. We don't want to roll back or too far forward. So right on top, feet together, and we're going to go into some clowns. So we're just taking that knee up and then back down. So don't worry if the knee doesn't go too far, that's not the aim. Like I said, we don't want to roll back. We want to keep stacked nice on top of each other. And we're just opening and closing the clown. Good. Make sure we're squeezing this glute muscle. Lifting up out this side, lifting up out of our shoulder. Not sinking into the arm. Good. We're going to hold it up, and then I want you to go to half pulses. So really squeeze the lower abdominals so we're not rolling the hips around. We should really start to feel that in our glute. Breathe through it. Good. Last 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and relax that leg back down. Coming down onto our arm, we're going to take the legs actually into a 90-degree angle now. So think of the shins level with the mat and the knees bent out in front of us. You can either have your head resting on your arm or actually just in your head here. And we're just going to take that leg, float it up and back down. Make sure we're scooping the lower abdominals to our spine. Lift that leg and relax back down. Good. Hovering it just parallel above this underneath leg. Hopefully you should really start to feel it in this outer glute muscle. Breathe through the burn. Good. Next, we're going to hold it here, and then I want you to flex the foot and straighten the leg in line with the body, and then hover it back over. So we should really feel that glute muscle working for us now. Good. Extend, feel like you're pushing something away. Don't forget about these abdominals. We want to feel like we're lifting up off this mat with our oblique muscles. Good. Last one here. Extend, and then I just want you to pulse that leg up and down. Deep breaths. I know the bum is burning. We've got 10 seconds here. Last 5, 3, 2, and relax that leg across. I actually feel like you can stretch this leg here. You can enjoy a nice stretch whilst we are doing another exercise. So we're going to get into our adductor. So stretch that leg across there. You should feel a nice pull here. Give yourself a little bit of a mini massage if you want. But that underneath leg wants to be straight with a nice flexed foot. And here we're going to isolate this adductor muscle, and we're just going to lift the underneath leg, driving it up towards the ceiling. Still, again, engaging our stomach muscles. Deep breaths, drive it up and control it back down. Good. Take it right up. We've got 3 more here, but you guessed it, we're going to hold it on the last one. Last 2. And hold, deep breath. Don't worry if the leg starts to shake. Inhale. Exhale. We've got 10 seconds. My leg is starting to shake. Last 3, 2, 1, and control that leg back down. Coming onto our front, take the hands by the chest, just push up into a nice back bend, just as far as feels comfortable. and then send it all the way back. So the bum to the heels, and just walk the hands forward. So we're in that nice child's pose. And if you want to get a bit deeper into your hips, just take the knees out to the side of the mat. Forehead on the mat, and just take a big inhale and exhale. And then we're going to scoot ourselves around and over onto the other side. So we're on our forearms, we've got our knees bent up in front of us, our feet in line with our bum, and here we're going to go into our clams. So again, make sure those hips are nice and stacked. Just check yourself in that position before we start. I was going to say before we set off, we're not going for a run. So feet together, and we're just opening that knee up and back down. Good. Don't worry about the knee and how far it goes. Taking it up and down. Good. Try not to let that hip rotate. Keep it stacked on top. And down. Remember to breathe. Good. Last few. We're going to hold it up, and then we're going to come to your half pulses. So again, just really focus on that hip, not rolling around. Breathe. This is when the glutes really start to kick in. Lifting up out of that shoulder, not sinking into it. Stomach muscles engaged. Last 3, 2, and relax down. Take the knees up in front into that 90-degree angle. Head either on the arm or in our hand here. But yeah, make sure we've got a nice 90 degrees here, and we're lifting up underneath here. So imagine you're aiming to fit like a grape or something underneath here. So we're lifting those obliques. Take that top leg up, hovering it above the knee, and back down. Hips are still stacked. Good. Remembering, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's not forget our breathing. Keeping our stomach muscles scooped. Good. Lifting up and down. Good. Starting to feel the glutes kick in. We've got the last 2 here, and then we're going to extend that leg. So we kick back in line with the body, flex foot, and then hover it above the knee. Kick back, keep scooping the stomach muscles, and in. Breathe. Breathe through the burn. Good. Last few here. And then we've got our pulses, and then we've got a nice stretch before the next exercise. Good. Last 2. Last 1. And then pulse. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax that leg. Take that underneath leg, stretch that knee across, and just give yourself a bit of a massage if you need, and then flex that underneath foot. Get ready to work those adductors. So we're driving the foot up towards the ceiling and back down. Good. Power it up, see if you can challenge yourself. Get a bit higher. Good. Two more here, and then we're going to hold it. Drive it up and hold. Deep breaths. Again, don't worry if the leg starts to shake. Totally normal. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. We've got 10 seconds here. Last 5, 3, 2, and relax that leg back down. Again, coming onto our fronts, pushing back up into a nice stretch as far as you feel comfortable, and then send the bum back to the heels, and you may want to take the knees a bit further apart, and just take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, and exhale. And then coming up onto all fours. So hands are directly underneath the shoulders and knees are directly underneath the hips, and we've got a really nice flat back. We're trying to keep that neck in line with the spine. Tuck the toes under, and I just want you to push the floor away with your hands, but keep the back nice and flat and parallel as if you are a table. I'm just going to hover the knees above the mat, scoop the core, and we're just in a bent leg plank here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and gently drop those knees and soften the feet. We're going to step it back into a full plank. So again, just make sure the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Step back 1 foot at a time. If you want to make it slightly easier, just take your legs a little bit further apart. We can either hold the plank here or start to rock your weight forwards and backwards. So we've got a nice bit of a calf stretch here, and also just getting some heat into the shoulders, forwards and back, core nice and tight. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1, and then gently drop the knees out to the side, send the bum back to the heels, walk those hands forward. Big inhale and exhale, and then coming back onto all fours. We're going to go back into our plank, and then we're going to reach across. We're going to go into downward dog and take the right arm to the left foot and the left arm to the right foot. So we're also getting a bit of a calf stretch in that as well as we head into our cool down. So step the feet, the bum up towards the sky into a nice downward dog position. Float yourself into a high plank, and then take that right arm, reach towards the left foot, back through the centre, nice and controlled, and the left side, reach to that right foot. You should feel a nice stretch down the calves. Finish it off nicely in between each plank. Reach and back. Right leg. And then finally just push back into that downward dog position. Take a few foot pedals here. Stretch out those calves. Press back the bum into the ceilings. Ceiling. Inhale. And then I want you to slowly start to walk the hands towards the feet. Drop the head. Take a big inhale. And then slowly start to roll up the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Bring the arms above the head. Take a bit of a side stretch. Back through the centre. Over to the other side. And then bring the arms down. Give yourself a shake. And well done. I hope you enjoyed that 30-minute Pilates workout. And I will see you on the next one.